that just by understanding the people you're around and you know.
Completely. Absolutely. But like Zach, to your point, you have to like moderate how much, um, how much you want to share.
Hmm.
Because, your gut is to share all of your experiences, good and bad,
Right.
and to try to keep them away from all those bad experiences. But it just doesn't really work that way.
Yeah.
All right, here's another
It is,
question. Oh,
yeah.
Chad, do you want to say no?
No, no, no. It's good to share though. You know, don't not share with the kids.
Hmm.
Don't
Yeah.
hide things because it's not worth it.
Hmm. Be open.
Yeah, be open. Be real because when they make mistakes, they'll think back and they'll think, "Oh, well that my dumb dad, made a mistake too one day and maybe maybe this is normal. Maybe I
Hmm.
shouldn't beat myself up as much."
Oh, that's such a good point. I remember hearing that about parenting, like
So true.
basically what you just said, which is like, don't just tell your kids all the good things that are happening
No.
in your life, or to
No.
prepare them for the other things. Yeah,
I mean, don't dwell on it. Like if
yeah,
you're
yeah,
sad, tell them.
yeah,
Say,
yeah,
I had a horrible day today.
yeah.
I'm extremely sad. I'm in a bad mood.
Mm.
I love you very much, but you know, I have bad days too, right? That way, when they have a bad day, they won't think they're abnormal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like that. All right, here we go. Chad, how do you find ways to bring new perspectives or experiences into your life without moving? Not that
I don't.
it's a funny question, but you get it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no, no. Um, so just like music, I I keep pulling from the past. So, started working out a couple years ago. That was something I did when I was a kid. I really enjoyed it.
Hmm.
Took a good maybe, 10, 15 years off and coming back to it was extremely nostalgic and good and constructive and all that.
Hmm.
And I think other stuff has happened like that, like hiking. I got back into hiking, um, and was talking to some people at work, ended up hiking with them too, and recently, um, found a place up in that area that, I could see myself actually building a little cabin up there or something. I mean, I would love to do something like that.
Yeah.
Uh, and whether it happens or not, I don't know, but it's finally found an area, and it's the Adirondacks area that I feel definitely is like a big part of what I like to do and all that for sure.
Heck yeah. So it's like you haven't moved far
Right.
away, but that doesn't mean there aren't a ton of things to do in your region of the world.
Yeah, and not only that, but like I said, I'm bringing up old things I used to do, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like reinvigorating, right? It's really
Yeah.
great.
I
Yeah.
love
A
that
lot of
too.
things that a
Zach, please.
lot of things that I like, I don't go back to. That's the weird,
Why?
because I don't think somehow it's not as satisfying as it used to be. So,
Okay, but it's not for me either. That's normal,
mm.
but I don't care because it brings back such great memories.
Uh-huh.
It's worth just refreshing those memories.
Yeah.
Right.
I tell you, I was just
But
driving down the road the other day. I think it was yesterday. And it's a two-lane road, just one lane going each way. And there's a brick or cobblestone wall pretty close to each side because it's a reservoir. So it goes drops down far on the right side, and then there's this big lake, the reservoir, over to the opposite side. And as a kid, I used to go fishing there, kind of illegally. You know, we'd have to hop a fence and bring our bikes and hide our fences in the woods, and you know,
Awesome.
and I mean, all we were doing is fishing. You know, we're just hanging out and
Yes.
watching the birds and the ducks and the turtles and everything else. And we never got in trouble, I don't think, and we weren't about littering, we weren't about damaging anything. So we anyway, but it brings such great memories. Me and my buddies, like it was so simple. It was just like we're just
Oh
down
yeah.
there, spread out a little bit. You're fishing, you're talking to hey, there's a duck over there, or there's an otter, or there's a mink, or a freaking whatever.
Right.
And you're right. I imagine if I did it again, or if I went there, it's not the
Right.
same. It wouldn't be
It's
fun,
not.
but it would be nostalgic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. And you don't have the same people there. You don't
Yeah.
have the
Right.
same emotions,
Yeah.
but it does bring back. I mean, Zach, think about it this way. Your past doesn't have to be the past. Like you can pull some of that to today, some of that good stuff. Like when you pick up the violin, there's got to be certain songs that you play where you're like, oh yeah, I remember playing this with someone else, or I remember playing this for someone else, or
And recently, when I went back to play a concert in Chicago, I went there, and one of the guys that grew up with is this kind of he's an eye doctor from the Chew Institute. He is Ralph Chew is his name, and
awesome.
he does the LASIK. He's kind of the king of LASIK surgery. That's the way he is. And he was on stage with me, and there's probably like 600 people there in the audience, and he's standing back behind us. There's probably 50 violinists and all. He stands behind and he starts taking selfies. I mean, we're on a concert stage playing a freaking concert,
That's
and he's taking a
hilarious.
selfie. I'm like, I kind of wish I had too. But I'm like, I'm serious. I'm worried. This is a big deal, and he hasn't even practiced in probably years. And
Yeah.
he just came out and showed. I was like, oh God, took a selfie. That got me.
You envied
That
his
did.
nonchalance, right?
It was impressive. And the
Yeah.
other guy who plays for the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, I think
Yeah.
that's it. He was on stage, and when we played one of the songs, he just laid down and played from on his back.
Huh.
Just played.
What?
And it's just something that we would do, and he's a crazy violinist, like jumping around doing shit at shows. So,
Love it.
but that was so. We have one guy taking selfies, the other guy is laying on the freaking concert floor.
That's
So
fantastic.
it was
Zach,
quality people.
I'm starting to gather that like you're a weirdo, but only in those times where you're really comfortable, and that's when you're really good at being a goofball and a jokester and
Yeah.
a comedian. But when it comes to formal things, you're like, yo, I'm taking this serious, and
It's true though. Think
yeah.
about it. Like when Zach was growing up, right? He always was like the one that would shake the hands, introduce
Mhm.
everybody. He was always the first one to smile, first one to give you a hug,
Mhm.
first one to ask you how you been. I mean, he was the man.
Mhm.
And that's continued on. He still is. I think the big difference now is that he can finally breathe and relax. And I think it's great. I love it. I love a relaxed Zach. I
Heck
love
yeah.
it.
Thanks.
I
Working
love
on
it.
it.
I
Appreciate you.
I feel it. I feel the vibe.
Me too.
It's a really good vibe.
So take that vibe and use it for my idea to buy a condo. Okay,
Okay.
I need the
Okay.
knowledge of guys, or at least different. So I got qualified for $125,000 mortgage.
Yep.
Don't
I
give too
have
much
two
info.
places. Oh, that's right. Sorry. Well, no, I won't. Good point. Um, so, so basically, just want to get a one bedroom, one bath place.
Yeah.
And what I was qualified for, these two of the places I like have been on the market so long that they'll probably take a significantly lower amount. And I'm
Awesome.
just trying to figure out if I do that to three of them, because there are three
Yep.
places and to just throw it out there and see if someone someone goes for it, and it would be like 10% would be kind of typical, and I'd probably throw out like 15 or 18% lower.
So here's
And
my opinion on that, Zach. Right now, you don't, I know you want to move into your own place,
mhm,
but you don't have to like tomorrow.
right,
So I would say, you know, the ball's in your court.
yeah,
And
Gotcha. Makes
I
sense.
think
Yeah.
I think I think you should try to leverage that and do the best
yeah,
you can and put in a really kind of aggressive offer, you
mhm,
know, in on the lower side.
Play hard to get. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I
yeah.
do. I really do. I
Make it a
I
game
would. Well,
to
yeah,
make it
it should be fun.
enjoyable. Yeah,
If
that's
it's
I
not
If,
have.
if you're not
fun,
desperate, right? If you're not, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the people who are selling the places are desperate, and so are their realtors,
Yep.
because a lot of stuff, at least around here, is not selling, and this area is growing. So it's
Uh
Sure.
kind of
huh.
weird.
Uh
It's
huh.
kind of I think it got it got to like something where someone was buying the place for about half of what they're going to sell it for, and now all of a sudden the market's slowed down enough, so it's like, oh, you're not going to make that much profit out of renovating and redoing.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
so here's the other thing: is I got two of the places are, well, they're done. They're, the floors and the cabinets and everything is newer, and the air
Sure.
conditioning, and so, but the one other place is not, and it's basically just, um,
Fixer upper.
yeah, 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 and the problem is the fixer upper is, it's not it's about it's a lot, not that much less, but it's tough because the other two places are done, and I'm not a hands guy. I'm
Right.
not good doing. Well, not that I'm not good at doing it. I just haven't done it, and I'm also not that interested in it. And I think that that is the critical part. I mean, I could probably learn under good tutelage, but um, but I have friends who know a lot more than I do who might be able to help, and so it's like, okay, get the less expensive um, condo, and have a little less pressure on my bank account, and it's like, I don't
Because
know.
Here's
there,
my
you're not in
advice,
a
Zach.
rush either. Yeah.
Look at your monthly payment difference.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't have to say it out loud, but truly look at it, dollars and cents, and look at how much it is extra per month, and then think to yourself, if I saved that extra every month,
Right,
how long would it take for me to get this house as nice as those other houses
right,
with just that money difference, not extra money, just that money difference.
Mm-hmm.
So let
right,
me give you, for instance, there's 52 weeks in a year. Say it's an extra $20 a week, so $80 a month
okay,
in mortgage. Okay, that's what,
1,000 a year.
$1,000 a year. And say you look at it and you're like, boy, this place is going to need at least, just in parts, not labor, just in parts, at least another $10,000. Okay,
yeah, right,
then you got to ask yourself, okay, does that mean for 10 years? For 10 years, you got to suffer for something that you could pay the same amount of money for 10 years and already have it done.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Interesting. Yeah.
Whereas, like, there's a different side of it where if it was something you weren't in a rush to get done, you didn't really care, then you could maybe argue and say, well, I would rather have that $80 a month. I
Yeah.
don't really care to have that done. It's not going to bring me sadness or anxiousness or inconvenience. It's just going to be, who cares?
Yep.
That's different.
Yeah, that's helpful because it's a different perspective on it. And I haven't done it before, so I haven't bought a house. And I've only come close once, and finances, the numbers didn't work out.
Yeah.
So we were within about, we were so close, but
Oh, I know the feeling.
it's just, and the best thing about it was it didn't happen because I would have, it was the time in my life when I was struggling and I would not have been able to make payments. So I was lucky that we didn't go through it,
Sure.
go through with it, or that they didn't agree to my price and then I wasn't willing to move on it. So sorry if I added some strangeness to the story. I'm just,
No.
No, I love it. I
some,
think it makes a lot of sense. I mean, it all comes down to current money and future money. And you really got to think of both.
Got to
Everyone
crunch those
thinks of,
numbers. It sounds like
yeah, you
little
do.
spreadsheet, or at least a good pad of paper.
You
yeah.
really do. Yep. And you almost want each house that you're looking at its own pad of paper.
Oh
And
yeah.
and you want to list like how much would it be per month, including taxes and all that. How much stuff do you feel like you personally would need to get done versus want to get done? And
Right.
it gets complicated, but just writing it down is huge.
Yeah.
Even if it's not complete, even if it's just a couple jibber jabber notes. Start something, buy a new notebook, do whatever, get some kind of something on paper is just so tangible and real.
Dog support is always going to go with the owner instead of the
Of
one that the dog
course.
loves the most.
Yeah.
Of course.
I hadn't seen the dog in weeks, and I got to see her yesterday, and she was pretty excited. Janine's trying to teach her how, those little buttons, like you just press on it, it says time for food, or
Oh my gosh.
you
No,
just,
I've heard of them, but
Yeah.
yeah, well, it's just a little thing you can push, and so she's trying to get her to push to go outside.
Yeah.
So she goes, and she's getting close to doing it. She's done it a few times, but it's like I don't think she's made the association in her little brain that that's what happens when you press that, you get to go out. So Janine's, I don't think she's really figured out exactly how to train her, but she's getting close. And the dog's gonna, and so she actually puts one right by her food and says that, like, food, like I need food.
Oh.
So
How old is the
it's a
dog?
little, dog's 7.
Oh, it's
oh,
getting old
forget
for it
it.
to learn. Yeah, forget it. Yeah.
Forget it. Forget it. You can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah.
That saying, I wonder about that saying because
The
I've never
fact.
argued about it, but
Mm.
I think you can. Dogs
No,
you can train them
no,
once
no.
they're old. Well, think about humans. You
It'd
can
be
train
like
humans
me.
once
It'd
they're
be
old.
like me trying to train you. Forget it. Forget
A
it.
forget, forget
dog,
about it.
7 years that's 49 years in dog years. That's basically you, Zach.
That's right.
Seven
And
times
I'm
seven.
learning a
So,
lot of things.
hey,
Oh
kitty.
my gosh, kitty cat in the house.
Look at this guy.
Kitty cat is in the house. I didn't even know you had a kitty cat.
It's a good-looking cat.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is a
it's
good
my
look.
second cat.
Uh
Oh my
huh.
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, man down.
Oh
Careful.
man.
First cat did good. I think I'm trying to think. Her name was Ashley. I think she got a full 19, no,
Oh,
21 years in.
holy cow! Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow, that's impressive.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure. And then, so she was getting old,
All 9 lives.
and yeah. And she was kind of doing like this thing where, like, you know, she was having a hard time with peeing and stuff. And so we got her this medicine for her kidneys. It was just a little like pill we put in the food, no big deal. And she completely bounced back. So she had a whole nother round of lives.
Oh.
And it was great. And then, she was here at the house. It was wintertime, and I had a little one of those little kitty doors, but in the I built it custom. It was like a slider door, and I had a 2x10 here, and then a little kitty door in it. And then I attached the 2x10 in the slider pocket and routed out the bottom and the top so it would fit. And
Hmm.
then I had a piece of foam, and I
Hmm.
put the latch on the other side so you could shut the door and latch it, unlatch the door, but the
Hmm.
kitty door would always stay there.
Hmm.
Loved it. So the kitty decides, this is it. It's my last night. It's middle winter. She
Wow.
goes through the kitty door, walks down the steps, sits on the final step, falls asleep sitting up. Wake up in the morning to a kitty popsicle.
Oh my God.
And she
Really?
was, yeah, she just was happy and done. That was it. I'm done.
Not a bad way to die, right? A little just frozen a little bit.
She
Whew.
was sitting up. She was sitting upright, looked comfy as heck.
They say the animals kind of they do know that, as you just insinuated. They know
Yeah, it
when it's their last day.
was wild,
Wow. Yeah,
really wild.
it is
But
wild.
Huh,
All right,
that's
here's a.
amazing. Animals that
Sorry, Zach, you
surround.
have something to say. Keep going.
What's that?
Sorry for interrupting you.
No, no worries, no worries. Are we coming to an end, possibly?
Yeah, you got a place to
like
go. I understand. Yeah,
like
yeah.
like my kitty.
Yeah, exactly. I think if
Okay,
we
I
could have ended like that, that
think
would be a good one.
we've
Let
had
me
all
see.
9 lives.
We end with a animal story.
Yeah.
Let's see if I got a funny question on theme. See if I can spur a little one more. Can I get one more answer out of both of you?
You trying to say you want a happy ending?
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, I'll try.
All right. All right. We'll go with Chad first since he's excited about the happy ending. um, and I've got two questions. I don't know which one fits who better or whatever, but we'll see. Whatever. All right. Chad, what's the most bizarre or funny reason you've ever had for considering a home? Nope, that doesn't apply to you. That goes to Zach. Sorry. Zach, your most funny reason or bizarre reason for choosing a new home or a new place to live, new state.
I already know the answer to that, but go ahead, Zach.
Oh, well, I thought I was going to get a place and two cool people were going to live with me. So I was like, I could afford the, I could afford to make it. That was in New Mexico, in Santa
Nice.
Fe. So
Yeah.
that's the closest I've ever come. That's the place I said that they wouldn't budge and I wouldn't budge and just didn't
Oh.
happen.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I think this new place, the only reason he wants it is so he can get laid all the time. That's it.
Get laid one time. One time. I just want one time. Please.
Sell the house
One,
Once,
immediately afterwards.
once.
Set it ablaze
just
afterwards.
once.
Shortest home buying experience ever.
Oh man. And or just a hurricane comes through and takes it out. You get paid for it, hopefully, with insurance. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
goodness.
So,
Oh. All right, Chad, this one's for you. Um, I already know what your answer is going to be, but we'll see. If you could magically transport your current home anywhere in the world, where would you put it and why? And you could take your family and friends with you.
Anywhere. Okay. I'm gonna go with Costa Rica.
Ooh,
Hey.
Costa
Yeah.
Rica.
That's
Wow.
it. Yeah,
Good
that
one.
was by
Why?
far the best experience I've ever had on a vacation. Yeah.
Nice.
How come you liked
Really
Costa
had
Mm.
Rica?
um the climate was really nice
Mm.
and the people were super nice.
Mm.
Um I could retire there tomorrow. I mean,
Mm.
finding a meal for a
So
dollar
why?
50 was completely fine.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Finding a place to rent, for um, $300 a month was perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
I would just love to transport my house there and just stop working
Mm.
tomorrow.
Uh-huh. Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Can
All
you do
right.
that?
I could stop working tomorrow. The problem is, I will not stop working until I have enough hobbies that bring me joy
Good.
to fill my time, and I'm not there yet.
Mm. Can you get your house on the back of one of those, trucks that go down the road where they
No,
have to stop traffic and everything?
no, no, definitely not.
It had to be a magical transport. As yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I would definitely have to sell my house if I wanted to retire tomorrow. That's for sure.
Mm.
I'd be moving into the camper.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's a
buddy.
trip to Costa Rica right there, right? That'll
There
take
you
you
go.
a good month to get there. That'd be great. Great
That
ride.
was awesome.
Yeah.
I
Oh
love it.
man. All right, guys, it was a great talk. Sorry about the. Well, we all had our little hiccups in the beginning. Next time it'll be smooth. We'll try to do if we're trying to do 30 minutes and out, hit it and quit it. And we can
Yeah.
try we can really aim for that. This time it took 2 hours for us to finish up, unfortunately. But if we do want to, oh, can I throw something out there real fast? And let me.
Sure. One more. One more.
I'll turn off